What's up, guys? It is your girl, Sarah from Sarah Styles here. In today's video, I am talking about Poshmark and eBay, the differences in the two, and which one is better. So stay tuned to learn more. Thanks for joining. If you're new here, I am a reseller. I also have a degree in mathematics and do data analytics. This channel and my Instagram are dedicated to helping you hit your monetary goals and tips and tricks to get there. So hit that subscribe button if you like content like this. Give me a thumbs up on your way out. So let's get right into it. I am going to start with the differences between the two, and then I will get into my specific data and show you which one performs better for me. Poshmark and eBay. So let's start with the selling fees. Poshmark is a flat 20% fee. Poshmark takes it out after 3 days or the person hits the or accepts the transaction. So that is very simple, a flat 20%. However, eBay is a 10% fee, so it is less. They take it out, they give you your money right away, and then once the buyer pays, they give you your money right away and the fees are taken out there. However, eBay is not as transparent. It is that 10% fee. You get a PayPal fee as well. If you do promoted listings, you have a promoted listings fee. You have there's a lot of different fees and ways that things can add up. I'm going to show you my specific eBay fees and how that varies from month to month. It's not always that 10% fee, and that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at eBay. You can also have, let's get into the next one, is shipping. You can have shipping costs on eBay if you offer free shipping. Free shipping comes out of your profits, or if you offer a flat rate shipping, if you do anything besides calculated, it is going to come out of what you are making. So it's not necessarily a fee, but it is a selling cost that you need to keep in mind. On Poshmark, the buyer is in charge of paying for shipping. They pay $7.11 for anything 5 pounds or under. So you don't have to worry about it. The only time that you do worry about on Poshmark, if the selling fee comes out of yours, is if you send a discount on shipping. You do have shipping costs there, but it's never more than that $7.11 as long as it's something under 5 pounds. So that's something to keep in mind as well, that shipping for Poshmark, you don't have to pay for it as much. You don't necessarily need to keep it in mind for your fees. eBay, it's a little bit more complex. You have more control over it, but that also means that it can end up costing you more out of your profits. As far as actual shipping goes, Poshmark, you can use any box that's priority mail or any box. It doesn't have to be a USPS box that is priority mail up to 5 pounds. So it is very simple. And then they send you the label, you print it out and you put it on. The shipping on there, if you are not an expert in shipping and you don't want to learn, Poshmark is very easy to ship. They send you the label, you put it on a package, and you ship it out the door. You don't have to have a scale. You need to keep it under the 5 pounds, but you don't have to measure things and take weights of items. Where on eBay, you are in charge of the shipping. You need to know the difference between priority mail and first class and weigh your items and measure your items, and you are purchasing the shipping label. So you can do it through eBay. eBay has a way, and they give you a discount if you do it from eBay. You can also do it from a third-party source and update eBay as well. Well, that's the differences in shipping. Listing. eBay, this is hard because eBay is definitely more complex to list on. They have many more fields than Poshmark does. Poshmark has title, description, color, category, size, and price. And then they have a couple down on the bottom that the buyer is not going to see, but you can put like your SKU number in and your cost of goods and some notes as well. That's it. On eBay, you have so many fields that you can fill out. So it is more time consuming and a little bit more scary to list on eBay. However, it means that the people can find exactly what they're looking for. So it's kind of a pro and con, right? Like on eBay, it does take you longer to list, but then it is a more accurate description. As the differences in listings between the two, the audience. Poshmark is US, and they just added Canada to it. So those are your only audience there as well. And Poshmark has only been around for around 8 years. eBay has been around for much longer. They have a much larger audience than Poshmark does, and it is international. So you can ship internationally. eBay has a much larger audience. You can also list everything on eBay. Poshmark is very limited. They're slowly starting to add more items, but it tends to be more clothing. They have some hard goods. They recently just added like toys and games. eBay, you can list all the things on there. So depending on what kind of inventory you have, what you're looking to get into, that may help you make a decision on what would do better as well. The analytics, y'all know me, I love my analytics. eBay, hands down, has the best analytics, no question about it. It can be extremely overwhelming when you start. There's so many reports, it's hard to find them, you don't know what to do. But once you start looking into it and using their analytics, it can help you become a better seller because they literally tell you what you're doing wrong, how to improve. They give you those numbers so that, because they want you to be successful. Poshmark, they have the Poshmark sales report, which is a raw CSV file that you export, and that's it. I have created the dashboards for Poshmark, so now I can look at some of my analytics, but even then, it's not to the extent that eBay is. I don't know my views on Poshmark. I have no idea how my items are performing. I know what items I have. I know what is selling because I have created 2 dashboards to tell me that, but I can't go in there and look at the data like I can on eBay. So hands down, eBay wins it for analytics to help you become a better seller. They even have analytics on eBay as well, so you can go in and figure out what is selling on eBay. What kind of inventory do you want to source, because they'll tell you what is trending and what is selling on eBay. Sales, offer to likes, encouraging sales. So Poshmark has offer to likes and closet clear out, each one of those strategies to encourage sales, and then bundles as well. You have to do very manually. To send an offer for an item, you have to go in and click it every single time. If you have a large closet, that can take you hours to send offers to people who have liked your items. eBay has a offer to watchers, I think it's called, where you can go in and every single new watcher that it has on eBay, you can click all of them, you hit send offer, and you can do them all at once. It can take you 30 seconds to send offers to all of your new watchers. So it is much less time consuming. Poshmark also has a closet clear out. So if you drop your prices, you can go in and Poshmark will pay a part of the shipping fee to make it lower for the buyer. However, you also have to go in and drop every single price by item. You cannot do it in bulk. eBay, you can go in and you can run sales. So you can go in and select whatever you want, hit it, run a sale, 10% off, 50% off. Everything that you can, all of the sales and promotions that you can do on eBay, you can do in bulk. I can go in and say this month, I want all of my boots to go on sale. I go in, I select them, and I hit the sale, and now they're all on sale, and it has taken me 3 minutes. Where Poshmark, if I were to run all of my boots on sales, it could take me hours to do it. So eBay definitely they have similar tools. eBay does a better job in the sense of you can do it much more quickly, so you can spend your time doing something else. Those are the main differences between the two. Drop notes down below if you have questions or something that you would like to add. I don't think it's as simple as which one is better, because there's differences in them, and it depends on your inventory and what you're looking at. And this is where I want to show you my data and what I'm seeing in what is better for my data and things that I consider when I decide what platforms to sell on. So this is my sales and trends dashboard. It is for sale, purchase on Etsy or on my website. It has all of my data in it, everything that I have sold in this import file on all of the platforms. So I can kind of quickly look at how I'm performing, how I'm doing year to date, different inventory measures and stuff. For this video, I want to look at the platforms. How are my platforms performing? So we looked at the differences between Poshmark and eBay, but for me specifically, this is what I look at to see, is it worth my time to be selling on different platforms? Right here are my all-time top performing platforms. So you have Poshmark. My total top performing for total revenue is Poshmark. Same with items sold. My highest average sale price is Etsy. So I will say Poshmark is the better platform for me based off of this metrics. However, I have been selling on Poshmark significantly longer than on eBay. eBay, it's only been roughly 6 months, where Poshmark I've been on a little over 1.5 years. So this is true, all-time top performing. However, It's basically because I have been selling on there the longest. I want to come down and look at these charts, looking at my year over year. eBay, I was not on eBay last year, so it's hard for me to see if I have growth there. Poshmark, however, I was on. The blue is the previous year, green is this current year. Poshmark is less than it was last year. However, we have not finished out the month, so this can still get better, but this is nice to look at. eBay, I am making more money on eBay than I am making on Poshmark. And I'm selling more items. And I know that because my average sale price between the two, Poshmark and eBay, my average sale price is roughly, I mean, that's ridiculous. It's within like 9 cents of each other. So my items are selling at about the same prices on Poshmark and eBay. However, because I am making more gross revenue on eBay, I am selling more items on eBay. eBay has a larger audience. So that makes sense that once I got eBay up and running and was able to figure out how to make those sales on eBay, which I struggled with. I've done a lot of videos about how to get sales on eBay as I am growing and learning. If I looked at this last month, 2 months ago, this was not the case, but this is how I can decide it was eBay worth it. A couple months ago, no, I wasn't making money on eBay. I'm trying new strategies, and now I am making more money on eBay than I am on Poshmark. My average sale price is the same. And something to note too is I've worked on increasing my average sale price here. So last year on Poshmark, it was $17. Now I'm up to $27. And then this looks at my cost of goods between the two. My cost of goods, for me specifically, I sell mainly women's stuff. So I'm selling the same types of things, sell the same on Poshmark versus eBay. If I was heavy in like electronics, that may show different data here, but this is how I can look at my data and decide, is it worth it for me? Which platform is performing better? And based off of my data for the previous month, this is all gross revenue. So I'm going to get into that in a minute for the fees. eBay is performing better than Poshmark right now. My average sale price is the same, so things are selling about the same price on both platforms. However, my gross revenue for eBay is significantly higher. You're talking about $600 more on eBay than on Poshmark. I'm making more sales on eBay. This is gross revenue. So what I mentioned before in this video is Poshmark is a flat 20%. So of this 1,100, 20% would be like $220, right? So I'm making roughly $900. eBay is 10%. However, you can do promoted listings. You can do, there's a PayPal fee. If you do free shipping, that comes out of your cost. And so I'm going to show you on my eBay, my selling cost. So this includes my subscription. So on eBay, you have to pay, and I didn't mention that, but you do have to pay for a store. You don't have to, but it's cheaper. You get so many free listings if you pay for a store. So there's a subscription fee. I promote all of my listings, and that is because currently 80% of my sales are coming from promoting your listing. You can pay eBay to kind of give you a bit more exposure for your listings. The final value fee, that's something that you have to pay. You don't opt into that. There's I had fee credit, so some of that is like if I got a return that came back to me. You have to pay for listings if you go over your subscription, or if you don't have a subscription, there's listing fees, PayPal fees as well. You have to pay for shipping labels. And then I don't have any, and then discounts as well. Shipping labels. So for me, I do free shipping for everything. And that is why this is 40%. So it's not, my fees are roughly, I checked this morning, my fees are roughly 13% so far this month. So I'm bringing that down. My promoted listings are getting less because I am gradually making more organic sales as I get exposure on eBay. But the free shipping is killing me. You are talking 40%. So my profits, so now let's go back to this chart. We're talking my profits from this 1,100 were roughly $900, right? And so even though eBay is doing better for me on a gross revenue, 1,700. If I take 60% of that, that is taking out all of my fees and my shipping, I'm at $1,000. So eBay, while on a gross revenue is performing better, on a profit, I'm roughly about the same. Poshmark was 900 and something. eBay's roughly a little over 1,000. Something to keep in mind and be watchful of, right? Like just because this is all gross revenue, but you have to be considerate of, especially on eBay, Poshmark is a flat 20% fee. So you can quickly figure out how much you're actually making from that. But eBay, pay attention to your free shipping, pay attention to promotions. I'm not saying don't do it, but really look at the data and see if it's worth it. For me, Poshmark and eBay are performing roughly the same. I am hopeful that as I start to learn eBay better, I can bring down some of those extra selling costs and that I can start to get even more sales on there because it is a bigger audience. So thank you so much for watching this video. The conclusion of Poshmark versus eBay, which one is better? I would say there's not necessarily a better one. For me specifically, I like selling on both of them because they're both performing well for me, and there's different aspects that I like about them. I appreciate the analytics on eBay because it's allowed me to figure out how to increase my sales, and the audience is bigger. However, on Poshmark, I appreciate the simplicity of it. The shipping is easy. The fees are easy. It was a great platform for me to start learning on. eBay is a little bit scarier, but there are benefits that come with that as well. So drop notes down below. Tell me which one you prefer, and if there's anything that I forgot to mention in this video in the differences between the two. Have a great day.